Flat earthers. You know, the planet is flat. If you sail too far from the west, you fall off. But if you're going to fall off, where does all the water go? Don't say that in church. You will be whipped if you even ask that question. Yes, that's the flat earthers. The earth is flat. There was a book done that on the flat earthers. The world is flat. But the world was flat is because everything is becoming equal. Coal is still king in India, China, and the United States. Coal has bought the governor of Florida, hook, line, and sinker. Well, he needs money to run his campaign. Where else is he going to get it from? Coal, maybe oil, coal. They have decided that, the Coals have decided that they influence a company that produces movies basically saying solar is bad, wind is bad, destroying the landscape and pollution and things like that, but coal is good. Burning oil, burning coal is good. Burning gas is good. Burning cow dung is good. But when you find out how influenced they are, when they have people on the Board of Education in school districts denying, those books cannot be on the thing, denying books that say gay or the truth. There are several books that will never be seen on bookshelves. And the internet, oh yes. Students are not allowed to use their cell phones in school because they just might go to YouTube and find the truth. Books that talk about climate change, they're not on the shelves anymore. Books that talk about gay, they're not on the shelves anymore. I'm quite sure they're rewriting the U.S. Constitution to their beliefs, or not even teaching it. It's something like the Electoral College. They want to get rid of it. Oh, yes. They want to, the Republicans have a really weird, they used to be pro-American. You can't tell you what they are now. Not since the big climate denier Donald Trump is in there. Ron DeSantis is, of course, denying everything. Hurricanes are more powerful because there's more, the oceans are warmer, sucks up more moisture into the atmosphere, dumps some more water, that thing. Oh yes, my sister, who's unfortunately lives in Florida. What do you mean? Well, she lives in an area with, if the ocean rises another foot, she can canoe in her front yard. And that's another big problem. Tidal surges are getting worse. If you live in Miami, you can't buy a house in Miami. People are trying to sell in Miami because every time the tide comes in, their car floats in the front driveway. It's like, what? Yeah, salt water wanders down the street. That's interesting. But I think it's really, really dangerous denying science in Florida. Not to be taught. Certain words no longer can be used. Yes, and of course they have this thing about blacks learning a trade in Florida. Oh yes, it's called picking cotton. Oh yeah. Blacks were very skilled at picking cotton. And they were insensitive to pick cotton. The guy with a whip and on a horse. But I don't know. Well, the Florida got what they want. A guy who believes in a God that controls everything. Every time there's a big wind, God controls everything. The winds are getting stronger. If he can get rid of Disneyland, he will try to do that. But Disneyland pays taxes. Oh. It might be the only bright spot in Florida where the truth can be found. Oh yeah, been a Disneyland bookstore? Yes! They sell books on climate change. They have movies on climate change. Oh, you can't do that. Really, Ron? Oh, terrible. And is it going to be worse? It's going to get very, very worse. Every storm seems to get worse. The heat wave across the south. Why, that's all natural. It is, huh? First time I've seen it like that. Well, maybe let's see what happens next year. Does it happen again where there's 110 degrees? Everything dries out. There goes your food crop. You better know it. There goes your cotton crop. Cotton is still grown in the South, and it's still there. Well, coal is still there. You can find a coal mine in Miami. Oh, did I say the Florida education system? I don't know. Oh well.